minutes, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Presiding Officer. First, I want to commend Michael Mara for securing this important debate. And during my near 2 decades tenure as an MSP, I have received lots of correspondence about the challenges facing families with children with additional support needs. And certainly much of what Michael Mara has said is something that I've heard particularly a great deal of over the last 12 months. Now, one of the more pertinent issues is the lack of wraparound care. Now, wraparound care can be critical for lots of families as it can support parents into work, but for parents with children with ASN, the need is very much even greater. Now, I considered the briefing provided by Pregnant and Unscrewed Scotland, which states that, and I quote, "Despite the statutory duty for local authorities to provide out-of-hours care for children with ASN, a staggering 71% of survey parents reported serious difficulties in accessing this support." Now, Presiding Officer, I recently surveyed parents in my Greenock and Inverclyde constituency on this very issue, and my findings reflect Pregnant and Unscrewed Scotland's research. When I say recently, I announced one aspect of the survey yesterday, and I'm going to do 3 now because I'm also writing to Inverclyde Council and councillors on the Education Committee, as well as obviously come back to the parents with all the findings from the survey. But key headline results from the survey, which generated 119 responses, are as follows. 94% say the current out-of-school care options for children with ASN in Inverclyde do not suit their child needs. 67% don't receive out-of-school care for holiday provision for their ASN child, and 69% are either dissatisfied or very dissatisfied with the current care arrangements for ASN children in Inverclyde. Now, when 2/3 of respondents indicate that they have got no access to wraparound support, it's unsurprising that the majority are unhappy with the current provision. Now, this is detrimental for both children with ASN, but also the wider family unit, as the impact upon other siblings and parents is also profound. Now, the implications of a lack of wraparound support are significant, not only for the children's well-being and development, but also for the economic security and the mental health of their parents. Now, going back to the Pregnant and Unscrewed Scotland's briefing, the impact on employment is particularly severe, which Michael Mara touched upon. Among those who couldn't access sufficient childcare, 29% were forced to leave their jobs, 46% reduced their working hours, 37% relied on informal care, often from ageing grandparents, and 39% were only able to continue working due to flexible arrangements. Presiding Officer, these are not just statistics. They represent real lives under immense pressure. Now, I know from speaking with local parents that the summer holidays come with a huge sense of dread. And for many people, summer is a chance to enjoy more quality time with friends and family. Going out on holiday or going away for the day can be special. However, for families with children with ASN, even one day out can require a huge amounts of planning, and even more so if a child requires a changing places toilet. Now, this... Sure?
Michael Mara. Can I commend Stuart McMillan both on the survey and an excellent speech that echoes many of the findings that I've had in my own constituency. One of the things I think he's touching on is the issue about planning ahead and the challenges within that, and the real need for local authorities to plan ahead and offer those options well in advance so that families... Is that a similar experience that his constituents in Inverclyde are finding, that they don't have that information in advance?
Stuart McMillan.
Yes, very much is. I know certainly from the work that the local parents have undertaken and the pressure they have put upon Inverclyde Council, there is now more of a sense of engagement, quite honestly, which I welcome. And also the issue regarding, particularly for the summer, the email was sent round to all the parents within all the schools, asking if there's any parents who, and if they know of people who actually would want to participate in taking part in some of these activities over the summer to actually help the children with the ASN. So I think there is the pressure has been working, but fundamentally this is about actually children. It's about children actually having the similar opportunities that every other child can actually have within our communities. Now, Presiding Officer, in closing, wraparound care for families with children with ASN is a hugely important issue which needs to be given a lot more focus. Now, I think we are moving certainly in the right direction now, but my goodness, there is still a long, long way to go. And if there are any positive examples from across the country, then I would genuinely encourage local authorities to engage wider so they can actually learn about anything else that's actually on offer, because fundamentally it's about the kids. Thank you very much.